On today's episode, we're answering the question, no, we're not, because I'm on the wrong damn outline.
Okay, first thing is make sure that your niche is clear. Really dive in there, and really check in who am I working with? Where are they? What are the scenarios that they find themselves in where they need my help? No two coaches are the same. No two weight loss coaches do exactly the same thing, or business coaches or relationship coaches. And there's that distinction of where does your client need your help? In other words, the problem that you solve does your client, in other words, is it a top of mind problem for them? And that's where the market research comes in. Is it a top of mind problem? And are they willing to pay for it to go away? That's really awesome. So check your niche and then check your offer of what you are offering. Is it what they want? And does it give them the result, the tangible result that they are after? And then it's to package them in a way that makes sense to your clients. You don't want to overwhelm them. I love a webinar that I saw that this guy, and he had this thing that says that you're not Hugh Jackman. And the thing is that if you offer, it's like different offers. You get a first date offer and you get a marriage proposal. You want to first do the first date offer. And I don't mean a low cost offer. I mean a one result offer where your client gets a specific result, because when they get that from you, they want more. They want to work more with you. But if you dump a whole marriage proposal, even if they buy it, they're not going to finish it. It's just too much. So offer, niche, market research, and then definitely sort out your mindset, darling. You've got to believe in what you do.
I agree with you on needing to believe what you do. And I really agree with you on understanding your niche. And we're going to recommend that if you need to know more about your niche, we want you to go check out the resource that we have, which is the episode that Jason Wheeler did. It is earlier on in our podcast, and you'll be able to find that. We'll put that in our notes. And also we referenced the Michelle Bridger episode. You'll also find that in our notes as well, or you could just scroll through the episodes and find it. But I want to talk to you about this tweaking thing. So we talked about creating an offer and then tweaking it to make sure that we have something that's viable and that'll work before we scale. But how long do we tweak for? How do we know if it's going to work? And if all we're doing is tweaking, do we abandon and make something new? It seems like I just want to understand it a little bit better.
You really ascertain that with your market research to make sure, and you don't need to do that indefinitely, although I love to do market research because it continuously tells me where my clients are at. However, you want to confirm, you want just to do a niche reality check to confirm that what it is that you offer, that is what they want. And, once it converts, you can use it. It doesn't to say that you have to, tweak it indefinitely. You want to get to a place where the offer converts.
What do you do if it doesn't convert?
Well, then you have to go back to check if what the problem that you solve, is that the real thing for your client? Maybe you just need to tweak it in terms of, it's not about the weight loss so much as it is about their health. Mm-hmm. See what I mean? So it's just to really tune into your client. You only get this information when you talk to people.
So are you recommending, when you're talking about market research, are you recommending that we get on the phone with our potential clients? Are you recommending surveys with our potential clients? Are we hiring an agency to do this? Like, how are we doing this market research?
I'm talking about getting someone on the phone.
Okay.
Or on a Zoom call, set up a chat for 15 minutes. Frame it as, listen, I'm not going to sell you anything, because that's what puts people off. They think you're going to sell me anything. You want data. You want to categorize your data. You want to make sure that if you talk to 5 or 10 people, it confirms that the problem that you solve is a problem that they want to go away, and they will pay for it. And the result that you can promise them is what they want in the end. That's all. Then you have a winner. Then you can go and stabilize it in your offer, and you can start to scale it further.
Okay, so I want to dive into this because I have a client that she did a ton of market research. People wanted this thing. She created a lead magnet. They downloaded it in droves. She created a low-level workshop. Crickets. So they wanted the thing, and they said they wanted to pay for it. They said, yes, I'm in for this workshop. She did a poll. If I charge you this much money, would you be in? Yes, I'm totally in. Sign me up. And then when it was time to actually sign people up, nobody signed up. So they said they wanted it. They acted like they wanted it. They downloaded the free stuff. They showed interest. And then when it was time to make that purchase, they didn't. So is it worth tweaking, or is it worth saying the market research was wrong? What do we do in that kind of situation?
I really think it's her mindset. I really think, we can really sabotage ourselves with our mindset. Everything looks right. And then that first time that the client doesn't sign up in like 5 seconds because they said they would, now I start to doubt it. Now I start to resist this. Now I start to look for reasons why it's not going to work. And I know what I'm talking about because I've had first-hand experience in this, that everything is perfect. It just doesn't want to work until I got my mindset right. And until I really believed in what I was doing. So I would definitely go and check that out.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit more about that. How did you begin to work that out?
Well, my thing was that I allowed and that's what many coaches do, and that's where the self-sabotaging comes in. I allowed my current results to dictate and to control my thoughts. So anything that went wrong in the past, I was projecting that into the future and the present again. I kept on having the images that I formed in my mind was not of winning and seeing what I want, but I continuously referred back to what I didn't want, to how it didn't work before. And inevitably that lowers your vibration. Then you start to fear it, you start to doubt it, and you take dismal action. You lose your incentive, you lose your motivation and your inspiration to really work on seeing this through. And the more you do that, the more you start backpedaling, and you think, oh, no, this is not going to work anyway. So mindset is 90% of your success. It's that important. That. It's that important. And often it's not rated high enough. You got to have your vibration in alignment, and it's not woo-hoo stuff, it's energy. It's science. You've got to have your vibration in alignment with what it is that you want to create. And so often as well, we want to control things. We are so afraid of the rejection and it's not going to work that we want to start control everything. And that is when we can just say goodbye, because now we're interfering with the universe.
So let's talk about the mindset piece, because Allison and I are not mindset people necessarily. We definitely do the implementation piece and the strategy piece. And I know that we personally work on our mindsets because that's very important. But I would like to sort of go down this little mindset train a little bit more with you. What step do we need to take first? So in this sort of mindset piece to get ourselves right with it as a business owner?
Well, I think you've got to be really clear about what it is that you want. What do you want to create? Because we live in a thought universe. We think and we act, and we think, feel, and act. I always call it the supply chain of the mind. Think, feel, and act, and then we have a result. If you don't like your results, you've got to change the way you think. You've got to change the way that you then feel the emotions, because if you don't change the way you look at something, I love what Wayne Dyer said, when you change the way you look at something, the things you look at change. And if you focus on what it is that you don't want, then you're going to create those images, and that's what you're going to attract. That's the law of attraction. Everybody knows about the law of attraction. So I always teach my clients, you got to have ownership. You've got to own your vibration. You've got to know and becoming aware of how you think. What are you thinking and how are you feeling? Because that's then the action that you're going to take. So that is the, in a nutshell, mindset is really become clear about what you want and cultivate those images.
Total blooper reel. Did it all come falling down?